Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Figment Farm. Hi, Paul. And hi, Z. I know you're lurking, but hello to you as well. If you don't know me, I'm Fig. Hi, Solreka. Uh, I'm a trans streamer from the Southwest United States. I primarily stream cozy games, which thus far has only been Palia, but I am a variety streamer, and we have a big week coming up this week. So let me switch over to Palia, which is what we're playing today. But today we'll be doing a building stream in Palia, likely with some amount of distraction because this weekend was something else. And then Wednesday for Arquin or Vince, his birthday, we'll be starting a Skyrim run. It is modded. I was not able to get all of the mods I found in the base game workshop through Nexus, but I think I got a good selection. So we'll be playing with that. That'll be a series that'll run for a while. And then, yes, Solreka, we got a big Valentine's Day stream on Friday. So Wednesday, I will be starting probably an hour early at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Just so that we have time to do character creation and stuff without that eating into stream. But Friday, I'll be starting at, I think I decided 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and running until 6 p.m. Mountain Standard or so, with a half-hour break towards the middle. There's more information on my pinned post on Blue Sky, so go check me out there and drop a follow if you'd like to see more updates. But I'll be playing 5 different visual novel / otome games, with the finale being Doki Doki Literature Club, which I'm going to try to complete on stream. So definitely tune in for that if you want to join our Valentine's Day bonanza. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into Palia. I am currently at the market, which is why you can hear Choppa Chase going. Just because I have a couple of tickets here, or wish ribbons rather. And I'm also going to run by, drop off my Zeki coins, and do that real quick. Oh, I haven't dyed them yet. But I figured we could get this out of the way real quick, and then I'll probably start on Stairs for the rooftop patio today, which will likely take the entire stream. But if I get frustrated or bored with it, I'll take a break to go collect lantern bugs or come back to the market to actually participate in it. And I do have some wishes to retrieve. Three of them, apparently. Envelopes, envelopes, and envelopes. And we do have a fair amount. And I know I need at least a couple more chairs, so I'll grab those real quick before we go. I have completed the collection of Lunar New Year items in terms of banquet chair. There we go. In terms of getting one of each, but I don't have like actual usable sets of most things. Ooh, 5 silver from the Kilima pile for Hall. Halfway to Gold Rush already. Very nice. And then Solreka Doki Doki Literature Club is always free, you see. I actually didn't realize that. I had it from back when it got really popular. Because I watched a few people play it and then wanted to see it for myself. And it's fun. Definitely, holy shit, that's the first time I've gotten the 4K drop. Definitely look into it if you want to play along. Because it's not what you'd expect. You need silver now too in No Man's Sky. Let's see. I also wanted to get more lanterns, but let me check the shop first, since I got 4,000 more tickets. The lamps I'll theoretically need more of eventually, but I have the table, I have the chairs, I have a bench. I think I'm okay with just one fruit for now. I'm gonna regret saying that, but that's okay. Then Zeki doesn't have anything too interesting. I think a lot of the things I was interested in were at Reth's check stand. Which I did get gold starred all the food. Oh no. Were the lanterns over with Ho Daddy? Yes. So I'll buy one more of each of these for now. And then spend a couple more coins. Solareka, some people say Doki Doki Literature Club is horror, or are they spouting BS? You should tune in. Oh, it's gonna be after you go to sleep, though, that I play Doki Doki. Let me see. You might actually be awake for the first indicator of whether it's horror or not. So I'm gonna say wait and see, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone else who might be in chat and who doesn't know. Okay, how many? I'm gonna wait on buying more lanterns. So then we'll run into Kilima proper. I'll just teleport up there to Central. Hit the underground to spend our Zeki coins, and then we'll get to it. You're barely asleep lately? Perfect. Although, if you're up until 6 p.m. my time, I'm going to be a lot more concerned. And, the game might have a greater effect on you if you're that sleep deprived. 7 hours difference? I think so. It's 2 p.m. right now, where I'm at. Alright, I think I saw that we had 3 Zeki coins, and it's after 3 now, so I can't buy more. I was a little late on that. But 3 still gives us a pretty decent chance of getting something good. I can't remember if they fixed the Valley Sunrise furniture that was breaking everything, but hopefully they did. Because that wouldn't be a bad addition to whatchamacallit, the house we're working on, because the accents are all blue. You're usually trying to sleep by 7 p.m. my time? Oh, then you'll be up for the whole stream. Because I'll be ending at 6 p.m. probably. Unless it's like really, really close to being done. And then I'll keep it going until we finish, but it's also supposed to snow Thursday night and I think Friday morning for us, so my wife might end up being home for all of that stream, which will be interesting. Okay, Ani's still asleep. I was hoping he would be awake and delivering mail already so that I could talk to him about bug tokens. He'll be in and out throughout the day. I'd appreciate that, thank you. I definitely don't expect anyone to be here for the full 12 because that's story of your love life. Because that's a lot. It's going to be a lot for me. By the time we're playing Doki Doki, I'm probably going to be a mess and full of throat lozenges. But that's okay. I'm excited. And I won't want to play visual novels again for like the rest of the year after this. Okay, so we're back home on my main plot. I remember I got cotton seeds, so let me dump those. And then I'm gonna dump the stuff here and move over to the other plot. So on the last stream, that's not the right one. On the last stream, I had done a little demo of how I was changing the lantern bug roof. Not really changing it, just kind of smoothing it out and improving it. And we are all adjusted now. So it lines up a lot better. There are no gaps. It didn't actually save me any, but that's okay. It's a lot more uniform and I'm a lot happier with it. And it looks, in my opinion, really good with the corner struts. Based on my math, though, and to some degree that math might change by like 4 lantern bugs, it looks like. Maybe more. We'll need 590 more lantern bugs, or hopefully less. But it's going to be a lot. So this won't be done anytime soon, but it's at least looking more concrete of a concept, I guess. And Solreka, you said honey and lemon even before you're sore is a streamer tip. You've heard in quite a few streams. One too many stream words in a sentence. Yeah, and I was doing that a couple of times with like some green tea or herbal tea. But I need to actually put it in a thermos so that it stays warm. Because I was just having it in an open mug and then it was less effective. So I'll be on that and popping lozenges and, whatever else. I am lucky that at least some of the games, I think, are voice acted. So I won't have to read everything, but I'm still going to have to do a lot of reading in addition to talking. But yeah, so we're not really touching the lantern bug enclosure today unless I go hunting for bugs and get enough to do an arch. Today we're focused on this monstrosity. So I want this to be like part garden, part sucking on chocolate chunks helps too. Chocolate makes me phlegmy though, so I'm not sure that it would help in my case. Or it would soothe, but then cause other problems. But yeah, part garden, part like little seating area, patio, something or other. But before I get into like laying tiles and figuring out furniture and plants and stuff, I want to figure out how we're getting up here. So to start with that, I'm actually going to move this ramp because I want to figure out the room arrangement to the sides of this and hopefully base part of the staircase off of the rooms. So it's one day. Yeah. And I'll have to go into work the day after on Saturday. But then I have the next day after that, Sunday, off. And then it's my 4 day, uh, quote unquote, weekend that I have off. So I'll have some recovery time. And with it being Valentine's Day, even though I don't really talk about the fact that I stream at work, there are plenty of excuses for how I might have lost my voice. It's a weekend for me, indeed. I think I do want to do hallways on this build. Um, on my main plot, I have it just directly connected to rooms, which is fine. But I want to have a little bit more um, clear division because we have curtains now, and it's a little easier to be like, this is definitely a door. And then I don't think I want to mess with a small room right off the bat. I think I want to go into either a medium or a large. But the hallway, I think, is going to be the most important piece. Let me see how much room there is to work with that. None. There's no real room there. So I might want to get 2 more hallways. Ugh, but then I'm going to have to get them built first. I intended to do a lot more prep for this stream, and I decided to start with testing Skyrim out to get that all situated, and it ended up being my entire day leading up to this. Um, so that's why I'm all over the place more than usual. When you lose your voice, you have dirty reasons, even when they aren't true. Shuts them up at your old job. So, yeah, and the people who would be mostly worried about it are all people that are very comfortable with sexual humor. I'm only like somewhat open with them about my actual sex life with one of them, but you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge doesn't hurt from time to time. You're the king of shutting people up. Yeah, I know how to redirect conversations, but I try not to generally like just shut them down. Especially with our company culture being so like obnoxious about communicating properly. But yeah, most of the people I talk to at work are about my age or, you know, a couple years off in either direction. Um, and we are all very aware that humans are often sexual beings. And in manufacturing, it's a little rougher than something more white collar. So I'm going to go into town, buy some more blueprints, because I don't have half of the crap that I potentially need. And then Ani's down there, so I'm going to talk to him and exchange some tokens because I noticed when I was doing my pre-stream that I am like maxed out on his tokens. 3, and then 2 more. I'll buy a couple larges, and I think I only had 1 each. I'm not going to worry about much else yet. So we'll call that good. You remember one time most of your drivers in the online shopping sector were looking at straight up porn vids. So to stop them, you showed them the gay equivalent, cleared the shop right away. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much. That is something that I'll do on occasion. Uh, and it usually doesn't shut people down too much. It just like embarrasses them, and it almost turns it into like, I did not buy anything from Ani. I was distracted by that spammer. Um, it almost turns it into a diversity issue where they're like, "Oh, well, that's not what I'm into," but it's just like, chill. Just stop being obnoxious. Uh, I already have one of those, so I'll only buy the one. I will buy a spare of that, and then I'll buy two of those. Okay, now we'll go back home. They really stopped when you showed them the 10-inch top on Twitter. But that was the past. They were asking for it every day, so they just needed their just desserts. That's fair. And I mean, as much as we joke about sex and stuff, and some of us who are closer with each other will actively talk about like our sex lives privately. I Work is not the place for porn. And I don't care how bored we get, because my team has like no demand right now, so we spend half the day not doing anything. Um, but I don't care how boring it is. If anyone were to open porn and be like, "Hey, we're watching this now." No, we're fucking not. So true, unless they're alone in their restroom time being silent. Yeah. Yeah, and we have single occupancy bathrooms at work. Like, they can go down there. Nobody will know any better. I'll be annoyed because the bathroom will be occupied, but I mean, exactly. Fight fire with fire. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to essentially mirror the stairs that we did inside. I need to finish actually placing these first. Um, and use industrial wall shelves. I don't think I can attach. No. I'll get both of these building at once, though. Luckily, they're cheap. So I'm going to use industrial wall shelves to form a staircase, I think. I like how it turned out up here. With the attic, and I'd like it to kind of match. I think this was the autumn coloration, so I'm going to have to make a lot of them and also use a lot of customization kits. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to do a railing for them that I like, which is usually the problem. Stair action, yeah. Yeah, and stairs are what took me the longest with my old build because I redid them a bunch. But yeah, so I want them to be able to come up to this height of the hallway and then like redirect in some way. And that's where it's going to get kind of funky. Because I think, I don't really know. If I can get it to pretty much center with that, I think that would be good. And then I can base the style of the garden and seating area around that. And then I have to decide if I want to put anything on the initial platform. But we'll get there. Paul, you know you saw them too. Or you saw them all. Yes. And Saka, hey, come here. No growls. It's okay. Mama just went to class. Yeah. If you heard growling, that was Saka. He's angry. Yeah. Here, do you want me to take your collar off? You want to be naked? There you go. Can you go lay down, Papa? Yeah. Go ahead. Oh boy. And yeah, Solarica, I'm probably gonna do a railing because I fall off shit. And if I can keep the stairs less fall offable, I'm going to. Did I get this one constructing? Don't remember. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go. I don't even know how many shelves I'm gonna need. I'll start making like 40 just to get started. You love a good railing. I do too. And if it's good enough, you can't fall off of it. Also, I haven't given either of y'all shoutouts. Once Paul's runs out, Solrek, I'll give you one too. But check out both of these guys. They're both great. Paul was my biggest mentor in getting started, and he's still the one that I ask for help with everything. So definitely go check him out. Paul, if you want to post your schedule in chat, please feel free. I know you don't stream on Wednesdays, so there's that at least. And then Solreka, same thing. If you want to post your schedule in chat, please feel free. You're also great. You might start doing Wednesdays. God damn it. And I enjoy hanging out with you too, Solreka. So definitely go check him out. I'm too out of it to do proper shouties. I'm sorry. You stream when you fancy and fan. Sorry. Fancy and Ken. Sorry, everyone. Hey, shit happens. Then it looks like the. Yep. Shouty cleared for Paul. Yeah. I should be allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. I shouldn't have a countdown. Yep. Okay, so I can't do 50. Let me see if I can set up some more. I don't have a ton, but it's fine. Okay, let's see if I can do your shouty now. There you go. Okay. So now I need to recolor these. Oh, I have 3 modification kits. Wonderful. I was not prepared for today. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you hate raid countdowns. You never know if it pulls me into someone's stream or if I should go there manually. Yeah, I still haven't quite figured out how that works. Because I'll launch into it and it'll show the other streamer's chat in OBS for me. But then I'll have to manually go there on my phone. So I always miss the very first part of their like welcome in spiel. because it also won't let me open it on my browser. So it's a thing. And then Paul, you play Life is Strange, True Colors on Mondays, Alan Wake 2 on Tuesdays. Interesting. I don't even know. Hold on. Palia crashed. I don't think you could see that error message on stream, but it was one I haven't seen before, and it wasn't letting me interact with it until I completely got out of the program. So that's fine. But yeah, okay, so BG3 honor mode on Thursdays and Fridays, maybe also Wednesdays. Is that because you keep wiping on those spiders? You're just giving yourself an extra day to try to succeed. And then DOS 2 with Soul Rekka on Saturdays. Times on your page. Perfect. And yeah, it takes our crowd, but not us, apparently. You play fighting games. This is Soul Rekka. Plays fighting games, RPGs like Soulsborne games and roguelites and the like. And you will be exclusively a Monster Hunter Wild streamer on the 28th of February. Is that moving forward or just that day specifically? And Paul, yes, it's because of the spiders. Probably going to do evenings for you, so we'll cut into your stream a little bit. Maybe you'll raid me. I'd appreciate it if you did. And if you're going still somehow when I wrap up, I'll raid you instead. Especially because drops are going to be ending, so I won't feel any obligation to send people onto Palia, which I totally forgot to do last week anyways. Oh, my sweet summer child, Monster Hunter consumes you. You can't escape it. That's fair. So that's a yes until further notice. You're going to be exclusively Monster Hunter. We really need a mass purchase button. Like, let me type in a number and just hit OK. Okay, we'll see how many more trips to town I need to make in the near future. Yeah, correct. You're cursed by the love of open world games that seem to be RPGs too. Fuck your life. Yeah. I'm definitely the same. With open worlds, especially. I don't know how many hours I put into Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and yeah, it gets bad, and it's been bad lately too. Trying to save certain things for stream when all I wanted to do was complete my collection now that I had started and stuff like that, but wanted to save that for, these time blocks. So I definitely don't blame you. You'll see which game wins the tug of war, but your money's on Monster Hunter. Yeah, makes sense. Is this the one? Where did we start with? What did I do? There's the one we started with. Okay. Fly. Fly. Most exciting part of the stream. Just vaguely changing the color of shelves. Nope. Breath of the Wild, you loved it. Need to do Tears of the Kingdom more. But other RPGs pulled you away, like Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon at the time. Yeah, I completed it wasn't like 100%, but I completed Breath of the Wild, got pretty far in master mode with it. Um, and I think was doing whatever that challenge mode was for a while too. Um, before I burnt out on it. And then with Tears of the Kingdom, I put dozens of hours into it, probably over 100. Uh, but burnt myself out on gathering materials to improve my armor. Just so that, things were easier down the line. Just fried myself on that. So I haven't completed the game. I don't know if I've even, like, done any of the big boss fights, which was kind of disappointing. It was one of the best experiences with your ex, just both of you really excited after your dog walk, ready to play it until the early hours. Is that about Breath of the Wild or Tears or Yakuza? That's all of them. For now. And then I think we're good to come back here. Oh, it can burn you out, but you're like me with the bosses on Tears of the Kingdom. Haven't approached them yet. That was for Breath of the Wild. No worries. Stream latency is weird sometimes. I definitely get it. But yeah, and like, I'm very much a casual gamer. I don't love really having to struggle in fights and stuff. But I think I put too much emphasis on trying to make it easier for myself that I just didn't play the game at all. It's your fingers not keeping up tonight. But yeah, I was just like, okay, I get this armor set and then I won't have to worry. Like, I'll be good. And didn't even get to the point where I needed it. Okay. Let's see here. So I will also need a wall. I'll grab a couple just to be safe. Because what we're going to do here is... I guess I could have used that wall. Oops. It's an extension of the gourmet plate slash dinnerware glitch, where it lets you move things in ways that would not normally be allowed. Yeah, these Zelda Switch games definitely has that Souls-like flavor. Yeah, kind of like, did you play Pokemon Legends Arceus, Solareka? That one I saw people calling like the Souls game of Pokemon or whatever. Oop. Oh shit, I can't do it with the builder's walls. I forgot about that. So, okay, cool. It is letting me place it down here where I can see it. With the gourmet glitch, you group select and then place it down. And it treats it like it's a gourmet plate. So normally the shelves can't be placed down here. But now it can be. So this will be able to be group selected later. But if I can get it centered now, it'll be that much easier. The spacing is too complicated for my brain right now, though. I think this is centered. And then you can pick up this gourmet plate, and it's fine. Let's see. No, you tried to keep up with each Pokemon. Last one you enjoyed was Sun and Ultra Moon. You completed those, the others bored you. Monster Hunter Stories is like Pokemon, though, and you really devoured those. Legends Arceus was a totally different take on the Pokemon series, um, in that you went back in the past to when, like, Pokeballs were very newly developed and people were still primarily scared of Pokemon. And you were actually doing research. So it wasn't just catch it and you're good. You had to watch it use a move X number of times and, whatever. Something with this stair method too is that sometimes it's a little off for spacing. So getting rid of the grid once you've centered up will help. Crack a whip occasionally. Kind of. But it was a lot more in depth with the exploration and whatchamacallit, uh, learning about the Pokemon and stuff. And the boss fights, instead of just being, you're fighting a legendary. Yeah, Pal World is something else. You had to actually like dodge and roll and attack yourself before you could enter normal battle with the Pokemon. And this actually isn't doing the weird warp thing with spacing. Oh, because I'm not rotating it. Duh. Pal World is fun. I didn't get very far in it because it didn't run very well on my computer at the time, but that was also before I upgraded it. I'll have to try it again. Let's see. So this is obviously going to take a minute to make the stairs, but these are really very smooth to walk up instead of trying to do like wood planks or something. And it's a lot less active of a glitch to have to try to manage. So I'm hoping this continues to work well and doesn't end up looking stupid or anything. It is, as would any form of stairs that wasn't just a set of ramps, going to horribly inflate our already bloated item count. So once this is built and like parts of the house are decorated, this plot might just disappear from streams for a while until we get an item limit upgrade. I know they're working on it, but I have no idea when it'll actually hit. I don't know what you two one day, when you've cloned yourself, means. I don't know what you said that to, Solreka. Oh, for Pal World. Gotcha. And one nice thing about this is while you can't pick it up and move it from the base, if you group select again with the plate down there, you're good. And we're just going to keep going. This part, unfortunately, isn't as exciting for glitch building as some of the others. I'm not doing anything too revolutionary here, but believe me, it's building up faster than my other stair build did, because trying to keep track of where all of those pavers had to go was a nightmare. Nice quality of life, yeah, and this is not supposed to be how it works, Ulrika. This is a glitch. They did not intend for the gourmet dining set items to be broken like this. Paul, you're gonna watch this bit back tomorrow. Need to do this for your attic stairs. Yeah, it's in Code Red Alert's video as well. Which, let me do his command real quick for all y'all watching. Code Red Alert on YouTube is the one who's done all the glitch videos that I've watched, basically, for how to pull these things off. This stair method he showcased in his third attic build demo video. And he uses it to form a spiral staircase. I'm doing this one straight out to start, and then it'll turn. But as I run back and forth inside, you'll see the spiral staircase for the attic in this plot as well. But yeah, Paul, this one's in that video, just rotated. The way I'm doing it is a lot simpler because I don't have to try to manually adjust the placement to keep it centered. And then it's just group select in place. The only thing that I don't think he talks about is being able to then group select to move the base level. But that's really it. As far as I remember, you also can't collision glitch with this, because if you try to do that, the shelf is going to tell you that it's an invalid location to place. So keep that in mind. Whatever you're doing here has to be able to fit where you're putting it. But yeah. Oh, I might actually center it on this bar here, because I still want it pretty close to the edge of the roof. So I might only do these two hallways and then center it there instead of doing a third hallway. Oh, you'll make it fit. Just make sure you use enough lubrication. You don't want an anal fissure like the ones my wife has. Always do, especially on the Lord's Day. How was your Lord's Day yesterday? And then Stelreka playing No Man's Sky, and every derelict freighter you find seems to look like a vape. Maybe Hello Games or chronic smokers. Could be. Could be. Your Lord's Day was satisfying, I'm glad. Mine was... Oh, chain smokers. Chronic smokers works too. My Lord's Day was blasphemous in the sense that I had to work, but also satisfying in the fact that I ended up helping somebody get an HR ticket started. But the specific topic of which was less satisfying. Okay, so we're at a level where I might be able to... One more, I think. One more, and then I can step on. Yeah, I'm good with that. So, I am going to see if I can cancel place that. Oh, shit. Actually, no, I have an extra plate. It's fine. I forgot to take the plate off of that first. Okay, and then centered on this will be centered on this first yellow line. Let's see, is that... Okay, I need to go at least 1 full square further in, possibly 1.5, because I want it to join pretty cleanly here. So I'm gonna cancel place here again, and hopefully it'll continue to work. I don't remember what's on the inside of that wall, which is why I'm concerned. That's 1.5, let's see. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a little bit of overlap, I think. That looks pretty clean. So, that's potentially the first part of the staircase done. I don't like this weird overlap on the roof. Now that it's built, let me stick a room on there and see if it changes at all. Not really. That is visually centered on the buildings, though, so I think the roof is just going to have to be slightly ugly. And then that looks like it'll come up just clear of this part of the roof. I will, I think, need to use a present embedded here to get it to work, though, now that I'm looking at it. So, let's go ahead and get that glitch set up. Z's got to run. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Thanks for coming in, Z. Good luck studying. Have a good night. And then Slorek is going to be lurking a few as this game doesn't save on derelicts. Sounds good. Don't get yourself killed too bad. Okay, that plate I took away already. I'll leave that one there just if I need to move it. It's a little easier. And then I need to figure out how many walls high the hallways are. So I'll grab a few more walls. I'll let these down. And then I'm going to grab a red gift box as well. Or a Winter Lights red present. I can never remember what they're called. Creepy face hugger likes annoying your tits off. Gotcha. Okay. So, I'm going to go around to the other side of this just to make it a little easier to measure. And I will also put a door down. It's not going to let me put one there, but I'll put it on the other side here. That way I can get in when I'm ready to start placing the block and see how it looks. I'm going to be aiming for it to go in this little center span, and it should hide perfectly. Although, let me make sure that if I get rid of this door, there's still something for it to hide in. Yeah, there's still that section, so that's good. And then back into building mode. I think I might actually... No, 3 should do it. Let me go back around. Do I have an extra door? I can make one. And that's good enough for now, honestly. I don't even need to build it. I will, but I don't need to. Okay. So, the top of that puts it fairly low, which is honestly what I want, because I want the present to be mostly hidden. And that looks good. I might bump it up just a touch. And put one more wall up, but barely utilize it. Okay. And then for the shelf we're using, or for the shelf to do this glitch, we can use one of the ones that we already have prepared. And I'm going to put it up like there. I am going to need to bring something over to help me access all this. And then I believe for this to work, I'll need to start up top and then drop it down. But I usually get this wrong the first try, so we'll see. I'm also going to hop over here for it so that I can get a better look at where I'm lining it up. So it should be, I think, here. And then 5 and place. And I fucked it up. So I need to start on the ground and then place the present once it's up here on the shelf. But to do that, I needed to be able to get the present back first. And now that present's going to be in slot 6. I'll come back up here, grab the plate, and it'll go in the same spot as before. We'll just reverse the course of action here. Then we're in 6 and place. It's a little harder to get it to grab with all this stuff in the way. Especially because the builder's blocks are real grabby about their whatchamacallits, hitboxes. Now the other issue is that I'll have to move this building around. So I'm going to grab these, grab this. This is easier if you have someone to help you ghost things. But building solo means it's a little bit more challenging. Let go. Okay, let me grab this. And the stairs will probably also have to move briefly as will all of this. Forgot I had, this was a porch build on the side over here. For the previous glitch method we had to use to break buildings apart. Now we have a different one that works a lot better. And so you don't have ugly, like, glitched outer pieces that you have to cover up. But I liked this build so much I didn't want to just destroy it. So it's just there. But it was very much in the way. So, removing that, grabbing this. Not the edit section. There we go. So that's all intact. And now we can come over here. And I didn't really line this up in advance, but I know it's going to be approximately centered on here, the window. So I'll just place that there for now. And then this one is centered on that line. So here. And now I can throw that over there and cancel place. Alt select this. Throw it over here and cancel place. Return these guys to here and reload the plot. Okay, so stairs are still where they need to be. Present is a little misaligned. It didn't go exactly where I thought it would. By, looks like about a full white square, possibly a little more. And it's a little higher than I wanted. So that works. I am going to move these buildings again and try to kind of mentally mark where it needs to be centered instead, because otherwise I won't be able to get the plate very easily. So grab this, shove it there. I'll have fallen pretty much exactly where it should have been centered, which is interesting. Oh, the present is a good distance away from the plate. That's why. So something about how I put it up there, I misremembered which block it was supposed to be on. So the present itself is misaligned. This was like the exact right spot for it to be. So I'm going to mark this as the right spot, and then we'll set this back up and fix our build. So I had previously had it, let me bring this over. I had previously had the shelf up here one tick. I'm going to bump it down to just below. That's about present height's worth. I'll actually go one lower than that, just to be safe. And then we'll see how that works. I do need to come up here to pick up the present. And then we'll start down here, but I need to get a better picture of where in relation to everything this plate needs to go. Oops. And this is why I don't do the tower. Okay, so I put it on the corner here, It's all the way to the far edge of that white box and 1.5 up. So, all the way to the far edge and 1.5. We'll come up. And just in case this is, oops, part of it, I'm actually going to move this so that I can approach it from the front. I don't think it should be, but sometimes weird things happen. And I know directionality matters with, like, the patterns of things. So we'll do this. And then I think the present was in 2. And this makes it easier, hopefully, to grab the plate. Yes. Okay. That looks more directly on top, I think. Let me jump down on the present and see if I can tell any better. Yeah, that looks better. Looks like it might be slightly askew, but we won't have as much figuring to do, hopefully. So I know it had to go here. I'll pick up this plate for now. And we'll do the cancellation glitch. And move the buildings back over. Reload the plot. Come back in and see. Okay, I don't see the present anymore. And when I look, it's pretty much directly below me here, which is perfect. It is a little low, so we'll have to see what that looks like. But with any luck, we'll only have to adjust it once more. Plate, let me grab a shelf, let me grab a plate. And this one I'll put facing this way since it's the first one in the stack. And it's too low for it to be grabbed. So we'll take the buildings back away. And try again. Ah, it took one of the shelves. Okay, it was just the ones on the wall there. That's fine. I should have grabbed the present while I was up there. Hold on. Okay, so we remember the plate goes there. And we need to go a little higher. Because of how finicky it was being, I'm going to try topping it out. And just see how that looks. I'll need to back this up so that I have access. That looks good. And make sure I'm on the one with the present. You can do cancellation placement and then take your time figuring out where the item you want to place on the anchor is. So if I hadn't been on the correct inventory row, I would have still been fine. But I try to be more prepared with that when I can be, because I don't want to be already confused by glitches and then get something wrong and scramble. Because I do stupid stuff when that happens. Okay. Grab the plate, please. If I were to do group select right now, it would still grab the shelf, so I'm trying to avoid that. There we go. Okay. And then we'll put this back. I did not mark where center is, unfortunately. But no, it's about there. A little far off. I think I put it there. So then let's cancel. Group select. Cancel. Return the hallways. And then reload the plot. So the present is right there now. Hopefully that'll be close enough. If not, at that point, I can try just adding another present to it. And then hope that it gets covered up by the shelf. So we'll put a shelf back. Put a plate down. Group select. Rotate it this way since it's the first shelf in the stack. And yeah, I'll have to go grab another present. We've got the present here. Wow, it's really not wanting to take it through the roof. That's not too abnormal. For some reason, roofs specifically are bastards to try to work with. I might actually, let me see. I want to see how much taller than the roof the shelf is. I hate that it keeps taking it away. I want to see how much taller the shelf ends up being if I place it there in advance. And if it's visible from above, then I'll just do that. Oh, this is also further away than I anticipated. Again. That looks pretty straight on. Let's see how this looks. I hope it doesn't get mad at me if I'm in the way. Cancel. Cancel. Oh. Reload the plot. And let's go back in. Up the stairs. This stair is visible, but actually too high. So that's what we're going to have to do then. We're going to have to lower the present, get the stair established in advance, and then put the building back. Which is perfectly fine. It's just different steps than I expected. So we'll throw that guy back over there. Should have picked up the present first. Okay. We know the initial plate has to come here. And I'm going to drop this down. 2 feels excessive, but I think that might be what we need to do. So we'll try 2 notches. Pick it up. And I don't think I'm on the correct screen for the present, but that's okay. Anything I cancel with will work. And then I can place that there. Try to grab the plate. Come on, I can see the corner of it. All right, I know where that was. Up. I forgot to mark this location again. Now it's on this line. And somewhere around here. Half over. That looks about right. I'm gonna mark this time so that I hopefully stop forgetting. Then I'm gonna come up here and do my shelf glitch. Oh, and I want it to go this way since it's the first one. And you can see the little highlight section behind my feet shows that it's going slightly askew. So I'm gonna get it right to the point where it wants to hop back and forth between squares and then release my grid. Ideally without it moving forward or backwards at all. That looks pretty good. So then we'll do all of the cancellation again to get them out of the way. Bring the buildings back. Hopefully that plate doesn't matter. I don't think it did last time. Of course. All right. Actually, I don't have to fully move it. I can just cancel that as well. Okay. Put that there. Reload the plot. And then dump coffee on myself. Oops. Got a little too excited for that sip. Okay, and we can walk on that step. It's a little crooked. I don't think I care enough. No, that's a lie. I absolutely care enough. But I'm not sure that I'd be able to place stairs on top of it directly anyways right now. So I'll get that realigned and another stair or 2 on top. And then we can keep the building here afterwards. Let me also, now that I'm thinking about it, make sure, yep, no present visible. You can technically access it, but it's not anywhere within view, which is what we want. So, hopefully the last time that we'll have to move the buildings around. For now. And it didn't eat the shelf, which is good. Will this select... This will select a present now, so... Return it to there. Does make it a little bit harder to, do minor adjustments on it. But that's okay. I think I'm happy with that. And then another shelf. This time with the grid on. Because this should now be based on the grid for the shelf, hopefully. And not the present. It looks like it is. Oh. Okay. Cool, I can jump up here. And we'll just use up the last of our shelves. Oops. Same thing. Place the shelf. Put the plate on it. And use the plate's collision criteria to stack the shelves. Group select and place. I did say that I wanted to ideally center it about here. That's not going to work, though, for the height of the second story. So I'll probably have to go for the landing being that box. And then a second set of stairs up from that box to the main platform. But that's okay. We can work with that. And then I'm all out of shelves. So I'll pick up this plate here. Pick up this spare plate. And then do my cancellation method to get these guys out of the way so we can put the buildings back. Reload the plot again. And come on up. There is one stair here that's acting kind of funky. I think it's just collision not realizing why you're running up so many stairs so fast. Or something when it's not intended to be a smooth profile. But either way, this works directly. And looks like it's about centered with the other set of stairs. So it's a good start. And I like this placement between the buildings. It's less invasive than it could be. This could honestly go further into the building, though, because of how much of this is cut off. So, for that, I'm going to take a couple levels worth. and cancel place them. And then I'm currently on the third square here. What is registering is in the way? Ah. Okay, I'm going to reload this plot real quick just to get those back where they're supposed to be. And I'm going to have to put them on a different wall where they're less in collision with things. And I can honestly just do the top shelf, which will help. I don't know what that central collision is. I'm not going to be moving it too far, so that should be fine. Yep. And then it's being aggro. Let me mark down where I'm at with this. And I'll see if I can move these more fully away. That'll snap this top shelf back. And I'll try back down here. I'm not entirely sure what's happening with collision right now. Okay. That made it work. So now, yeah, that looks a lot better. Let me just make sure it doesn't show on the inside. Nope, we're good. So, I can pick up this marking plate. These plates, Paul, you distracted yourself from decorating your kitchen to begin the stairs. Sounds about right. How are the stairs going? Okay, cool. Oh, and I was gonna say, these little gourmet dessert plates are great for marking where things need to go because they're such low profile. I know a lot of people will measure with, they're not banisters, pillars. And those are fine, but they tend to get in the way for me a lot more. So I very much prefer using the dessert plates when possible. Stairs are going okay at the point where you have to dismantle the old ramp and railings. Gotcha. That part, I am glad that I decided to try the new stairs on a new build instead of adapting my old attic, because there's no way in hell I was gonna deal with all of that. So we have probably about a third, maybe a full half of the stairs we need built. However, I know that I'm basically out of heartwood planks, so I'm gonna run it into Bahari, and I'll switch back to my main plot first so that I can go straight to my wood stations once I come back with heartwood. It's not time for lantern bugs, so I'm not going to worry about hunting those. I'm going to just try to focus on chopping wood. How is your kitchen decoration going, Paul? I know you've been working on that for a little while. It's coming together. Good. Good. I'll have to come over and see it at some point when I'm, not on stream. And actually, before we start chopping trees, I am going to take a quick 5-minute break. So get up, stretch your body, stretch your eyes, get some water, get some food, whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a minute. Hello, hello, hello. We are back. There we go. Also, I forgot to mention before, we hit 25 followers, halfway to affiliate, last week. So, as I promised in Wednesday's stream, I posted a teaser for the channel points icon that I'll be using once, I can use channel points. And every 5 followers from here on out, I'll be posting another teaser, whether it's an emote or a new sound alert or whatever it might be, to, be excited. Hey, thank you, Solreka. Things have been going a lot better than I expected, and I'm really grateful. This is just a hobby for me. I'm not trying to make a living off of it or anything, but knowing that there are people who enjoy what I do definitely feels good. Oop. There we go. I'm putting in the work and it's paying off. I'm trying. I was talking to my wife earlier, and apparently one of the guys she works with, or used to, I guess, tried to be a full-time streamer for a while and couldn't handle it because there was too much work. And that conversation came up because I was complaining about how much effort it was taking just to test Skyrim to get ready for Wednesday, let alone, trying to keep up with making the graphics I need and everything else. Okay, so the whole attic needs to come down. I'll do that another day. Yeah, that's what I mean, Paul. I was not touching that. Which, I mean, if you wanted to redesign your attic at all, it's a great opportunity for it, but yeah, it's a lot, especially with making my own graphics and stuff, but I'm enjoying it, and it's keeping me busy in a way I haven't been in a long time. It's the willpower more than the quantity, in your opinion? Well, that's your issue. Yeah, and that's part of it for sure. But since I've been better medicated, I've had fewer issues with willpower personally. There are still times where I've been working on graphics for a week or something, and I cannot open any of my art programs without wanting to die. Paul, you have just enough energy to do it as a hobby. You can't put in the effort to try and make it a job. Yeah, absolutely. And with my wife going to school 2 days a week, and me streaming 2 days a week, and then her having homework, and me having, prep and graphics and promotion and whatever else, we're already seeing much less of each other than we're used to, which has been a little tough to adjust to. So it's a matter of balancing the rest of my life with it too, and knowing that I can't just fuck out of work all the time and be like, nah, I'm gonna either recover from streaming or do stream stuff. Yeah, for the streamers like myself that do our own art, it's much harder, yeah. And I'm not a fast artist by any means. Especially when I start getting really hard on myself, but just in general too. I don't produce art quickly. That was something. And yeah, even just trying, I was gonna make a typeface based off of the lettering I've been doing for some of my stuff, like the BRB screen. And even that was more work than I could put in a single sitting, so I just gave up on it. Same here, you trash your art that you don't like. Yeah, I've had to get better about not doing that in case I end up wanting that piece back later. What is that sound? I don't know what that sound is. It must be in the Spotify track. Oh, no, it's someone has a hometown hero shit going. Or the tool skin. Gotcha. I didn't realize it came with a sound effect. Now, where'd that bee go? It's gone. You might create GIFs of your face in different expressions to save the trouble of art and your own voice recordings. Yeah, that's definitely an option. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do any like content at all with, my actual face. I have a ping tuber set up, and plan on using that when I run programs that can handle it. But I don't know how I feel about doing stuff with a webcam. As far as the like sound alerts and stuff go, it's actually been pretty easy for me so far to find the clips and things that I want to use. Need a wig too, don't ask. um, so that hasn't been an issue, and trimming down video isn't a problem for me. But I've also only had to make 2 instead of the many I want to have for bit redeems. Hey, it's one of your emotes, Paul. In time and only if I ever feel comfortable with it, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Part of it, too, I'm sure, will depend on whether I can maintain access to testosterone. Because if I essentially am forced to medically detransition, then I'm not going to want my face on anything. Let's see how many. That should be enough for now. No. And I guess I forget that I can add different sources for graphics and things. Since I talked about it, let me actually show off my channel points icon. Windows Explorer did not want to deal with opening on stream. So this is the full-size version. Twitch asks that we have 3 different sizes. So this is the biggest one. Generally speaking, it's going to look a lot smaller. But it's a little fruit fly in the brand colors, because I thought that would be cute as a currency in an orchard. Nice little pollinator without being something as, not that stereotypical is bad, but as classic as like a bee or something like that. So yeah, that's the fruit fly. As tempted as I am to tease the emotes I have done, I'm not going to break my rule of waiting for 5 more followers. But that's something to look forward to. Anyways. let me sell all this excess stuff. Oh, you see it? Nice. Thank you. It's a little off the wall, but if you didn't know, I'm really into bugs and bug photography. And I own now 2 colonies of isopods because someone just gave me another one. So I figured it was a good way to showcase something that I don't have the opportunity to talk about as much without it being too overt. I could have done a sphinx moth as well, but those don't translate as clearly because people aren't as familiar with them. So I figured a bee that kind of, a fly that kind of looks like a bee would be fine. I won't be able to make all of the ones I need now, but I can get a fair few more shelves going. You're gonna head off, Paul, because you're very tired. Have a good rest of stream. No problem. Sleep well, and thank you so much for coming by. So, Rekka, yeah, you remember I said on one of my last streams that you're into bugs. Yeah, I used to be, I need to change the color of these. I used to be scared of a lot of them. So when I was really little, I didn't really care. And I would grab and hold and, play with whatever. And then as I got older, I just got scared of everything, basically. Except for, like, lizards. They were one of the few, I guess, slightly creepy crawly things that I wasn't afraid of. And then I started hiking locally with a friend of mine, and he's really into bug photography. And so I was like, okay, let me try this, because he doesn't seem all that scared. And I ended up finding that I loved it, and now I'm more comfortable around the potential of touching things and, whatever than he is. Which I was giving him shit about last night. But yeah, it's just, this is the wrong plot. It's just a nice way to connect with nature that I had missed for a long time without realizing it. So can we expect lizards as art too? Maybe. But they would be like greater horny toads and things like that. Not just like, here's an anole or anole. Again, not that there's anything wrong with those. But horny toads are so funny. Wish you could bear spiders, but it's a phobia of mine. That's very fair. And that's part of why I don't want to go too ham into it on the channel, because I know bugs are hard for a lot of people. And I definitely understand why. So, yeah, I don't think I'll have much in the way of, like, spiders or anything as far as official channel graphics. Although, I love spiders now, especially jumping spiders, but crab spiders are really cute and they're silly looking. And I have been wanting to catch, not to keep, just to hold and take pictures of, a wild local tarantula for so long now. And I just never happen to be out when they're available and around. Unless they're cute, or Spider-Man. Yeah. Which, I mean, I think jumping spiders are really cute. They have big puppy dog eyes. But yeah, like, I'm not going to be doing a live spider footage or anything like that. And if there's interest, I'll do, like, an isopod cam or something maybe. But I feel like a lot of people played with roly-polies as a kid. Not into the tarantulas. That's fair. We also have some false black widows, like on our property, and they can't hurt you at all. And I'm so tempted to try to go handle those. Yeah, the small jumping spiders in Cyprus were cute to you too. I had one on a hike ride on my shoulder for like a quarter mile. And the only reason it stopped riding with me was because I was like, okay, little buddy, I need to not take you home with me. Yeah, if we end up chatting on Discord at all, Solareka, remind me not to send you spiders, pictures of them, or live ones, I guess. Because this weekend, where I work, if we find bugs, technically anywhere in the building, like inside, but especially in our work area, we have to capture them, ideally alive, in case there are, you know, in case there's evidence that they just laid eggs or whatever, so that appropriate action can be taken. And so I caught a spider in a bag, and that thing tried to run. Like, it wanted the fuck out of there, understandably. Um, and I just, sat down and scooped it up. But everyone around me was screaming, and then I sent the picture to everyone. If Paul were still here, he could attest to it. Um, you said so they'd only bite but not poison, the false widows, you mean? I think they do technically still have venom, but it's nowhere near enough to hurt a human. I always add the caveat that that's unless you have an allergy or something to it, but that goes for everything. Tarantulas, even black widows, the bites suck, but they're not super likely to actually do a ton of damage to an adult person unless you have a more severe reaction. Appropriate action for you is to grab the flamethrower. Yeah, there was one girl who she's on another team, so I don't know her at all, but I think she was on break or something and was not comfortable going to grab her shoes because the spider was right by her shoe cubby. And I was like, we're about to grab it, don't worry. And she went around the corner and down the hallway to wait for us to finish up. And I was just like, oh, I am sorry. I'm excited about this encounter, and you are not. Oh, true, with the allergies, you have no idea if you do. Don't want to test it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allergic to anything either. I've been stung by a wasp or a hornet or something that was not a bee when I was really, really little. And I was fine, but I haven't had any reason to get tested for anything. So when I go out on hikes, I just keep Benadryl on me. Poor girl, oops, yeah. And like, it was just a little local wolf spider. Like, there was no risk to anyone with that one. Because we have some up here that can be pretty nasty if you get bit by them. But I also don't blame her for being like, no. Well prepared for life's obstacles. Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety, especially with being out in the middle of nowhere without easy access to, emergency services and whatever. So I have a first aid cabinet that I made sure had like splints and tourniquets and everything in it so that I could use the utmost of my first aid training if needed. Okay, so that's all the shelves we were able to make right away. But this is also probably about where I'm going to start turning it, which, let me think. I want to do a nice smooth turn. And There are... Let me come down here and use a box or something. I can just use this paper. In a 90-degree turn, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's only 3 in a 90. It'll be easier with a wall to make my brain work. So for a 90, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 6 shelves to make the turn. Probably won't require us to go super duper far. So I might need a few more before I can even start turning it. It's also going to be interesting because I might not be able to get the height I need in that time. So we'll have to play with it once we get there. I would love Green Hell the game as you adore bugs. I'll have to look into that. Let me write that down. Is it about bugs or... Okay. Let's see where our wood is at. It's on Switch too. Okay. Is it also on Steam? Because if it's something I might want to play on Twitch, it'll have to be on some sort of PC launcher for now. Survival game like The Forest and Sons of the Forest, Subnautica style, everything. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, because it's gonna take some time to get more wood, I think I'm gonna start working on that railing. And I don't think I'm gonna do anything too crazy with it. So, it should hopefully be just a simple glitch. It's available everywhere, no problemo. Cool. I'll use this setup, since it's nothing I need to... Oh, are you not attached? Since it's nothing I need to be super consistent with. I will need another plate and some pillars. I'll take both of those plates for now, actually. Wrong wood. Ah, fuck. Okay. I'll go make some more pillars as well. You'll have to head to sleep as well. Was awake every hour last night. Jesus Christ. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Stress-free too. Thank you. Sleep well. And thank you so much for coming by. And yeah, I'll let you know if I don't talk to you before Wednesday and you're able to come by then. I'll let you know what I think of what I found about Green Hell. Wood pillars. Luckily, these pillars use a different type of wood, so still can't make a ton. But see you later. Okay, now I was over here. So the only problem with making these banisters is going to be in figuring out the angle I need. So let me get this plate over here. And I can actually possibly be smart about this. I'm gonna grab one of these, move the shelf over, and try to use this to eyeball the angle. It won't necessarily be perfect, but looks like we might end up not quite 100% matching the angle. Let me see. I'll just see how it shakes out real quick. But it looks like it's going to be a 2-tick. Or was that only a 1-tick? I already forgot. And then I am going to actually leave this up 1. Hopefully here works. And I'll have to place that down there, pick it up, and collision place to get this to work. That's okay. Okay, it needs to be a lot more ticks because we're doing it slightly backwards. And I'm also going to better guesstimate where this is actually going to have to line up. So 1.5 up, far edge. And then I'm gonna go here, 1, 2. Far edge. And I'll have to adjust it slightly. Usually the hardest part of these tilted ones are figuring out which direction things need to go. Okay, I don't want it to go under like that, which I think is happening from the going underneath the shelf. And I think if I raise the shelf a little bit higher, then it'll move the... I don't have good words right now. It'll shift the direction of it so that the plate will be more covered up by the post itself. So this is base location. And I'm going to try putting it right here. We'll still need to collision place, but that's okay. Okay, so it's still buried in the ground, but I don't hate that. Oh, there were a couple new people, but I think they left. But it has been a little while since I mentioned it, so all of the glitches I'm doing, I learned from Code Red Alert on YouTube. And that's where you can find his information. The staircase here that we've been working with is from his 3rd attic build video, if you're interested in checking that out. He does a spiral staircase for his, which is partially what we're going to do in a moment here. I say in a moment, once we have enough wood to build more shelves. 2 ticks. And I'm gonna let it stick out over here. Oops. This is where it would traditionally need to go. So I'll cancel place it there. Collision place that guy on there. Okay, that looks better. Except for that plate being visible. So I'm going to try moving this more to the left, away from the shelf, to see what that does for us. Because I think that'll raise the height of the pillar a little bit so that hopefully it covers up the plate. So let's just do a single full step away. Beautiful. I'll gladly accept that. I am going to immediately duplicate it, because if this is the one that works, I don't want to forget how I just got it to work, because that happens fairly frequently when I'm doing these builds. So 2 ticks back from vertical. Almost bottomed out. Oops. Grab the plate, not the shelf. Cancel. Collision. And there we go. Now we can extend the banister or the railing so that it will continue further up. Oh dear, it's one of these. Okay, so this one hopefully will work if I group select from the plate, but nope. The issue we're having here is that the the pillar is colliding with the shelf in a weird way. So let me grab some builder's blocks. Hopefully, if I give it something that it usually doesn't collide with in the same way to hold on to, it'll work better. We shall see. I grabbed a wall instead of just a floor to make sure that this sat on the shelf and would rotate freely with it instead of sticking to the wall behind the shelf. Okay, cool. That placement won't actually work for me, though, with what I'm trying to do. There was a moment where I saw the plate. There we go. So that works. I might not even honestly need this. I didn't think to turn off the grid first before giving up. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Either way, sometimes you can get collision issues like that to go away if you just give it a builder's block to work with. Okay, and then turn my grid back on so I can get these to snap. And that'll possibly actually be too much. I think what I'll actually do is put both of those back. Oops. And, you know, ideally snapped properly, not whatever the fuck that is. But I'll put these back to a proper 4-stack. And then cancel place them away so I can see the full height of this and how it works. So you can see now it snapped back to the previous orientation. And if I put that, it'll need some height for sure. So I'll have to boost it up first instead of just leaving it on the plate. And the angle is actually lower than I expected. I expected it to go higher. So we can give it a little bit more rotation and see if that helps. But we're close. For a first attempt, this isn't bad. So we'll pick all that back up. Grab these guys. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I might have to I might have to double stack a plate to make this work, actually. Because I think I've tried to get this to work out the way I'm thinking before, and I can't get the height high enough. And also have the tilt. I might be able to do it with an extra shelf. Or even just a floor. I don't think I'm going to start that there. I think I'm going to... A shelf would be better, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because... I would be able to get the placement more similar, I think. So let me go grab a shelf real quick. I'll have to make one. And then we'll try to... What I'm trying to do is get the initial rotated piece to be up in the air. Which means I'll have to glitch place it in the air, essentially. So let me grab more wood, make sure I have enough for a shelf, which I do. I can make a couple. Oh. Okay. And then I'll go back to the other plot. And I'm gonna see how far over it'll let me place this. That's perfect. So I'll have to remember to recolor those after. That's already there. I know I need it this way. About there. And then I'm actually going to grab myself this little aid here. And then I don't even have to glitch place, or collision place. Let's see what that does. Okay. I was overthinking it. I do not need the extra height. What I need is just to move it further away to the left. So, you can go away. You can go away. And we'll try this again. So, vertical, 3 ticks. And then I'm going to move it like a full block away from where I started it. Pick it up, put it down. Realistically, this would start somewhere around there. Yeah, right off the front of it. I think that angle is going to be too extreme now, though. So, I don't think I know of a way to get more partial rotations than what I have. So, do I want to create more landing platforms? Or accept that things are going to be a little off? Or do I want to do a different kind of banister altogether? That's the question. And that's also a question that is usually part of what leads me to redo this 100 times. I'm going to mock it up again with the lesser angle, just so that I can see them back to back with the distance off the ground. Or side by side, I guess, is technically more accurate. This one will have to come down a little further to get a similar placement. They're both definitely not quite right. I would need it perfectly split down the middle. However, I do think I like this one better, just because it's more of a right angle. Or not right, but it's a 45-degree angle. It's a little bit cleaner. So what I think I might do... Let me see how this will look. So I'm using this as my collision piece. And I think I would want to do something like this. Oops. Ideally get it in there a little closer, but then get it even here. And then have the next one start there. It's still gonna have it increasing way too fast, though. And it's gonna be way showier than I had wanted. And I don't really want to shorten the steps any more than they already are, because I worry you wouldn't have enough room for it to count without you snagging on them. And I wouldn't want to lengthen them too much, because I'm already potentially going to have issues with the height here, not reaching up to there. So this might not get a railing, at least not today. But that's okay. These are easy enough to stay on that I'm not as worried about it as I could be. I just don't think it would look good to do a straight horizontal one either. Or just vertical bars. Because I've done that in the past and it's fine. But it ends up being way too visually cluttered. There's also the question of whether I make this not be a floating platform. But that's kind of a big ask with this part as well. Although the idea of putting them only when they're exactly the right height under here is kind of cute. I wish I could see better. Yeah, I do like that. That's nice. Maybe that's all I'll do. And then when does this hit perfectly 2-stack? Not before it hits the edge of the house. Is that accurate? Oh no, it hit sooner. Looks like there. So it's good there. And then possibly on that line. Which makes sense, that's 2 away. Yeah, okay. So what I'll do here is just cancel place. Line it up there. And it should snap in. Okay, and then I'll do that again. No need for cancellation. Or collision, my bad. And just line it up with that one. And of course I managed to find something for that to get in the way of. Okay, go over there. There we go. And then I'll put them on the other side as well. Okay, that makes it feel more real to me. I'm good with that. Okay, that's there for collision if I need it. Let's see how many we're starting with for this height. And I'm actually, I can't really go up there and carry this. Let me see how this actually looks. Oops. Okay, yep, that's the right height. And then it needs to come over pretty significantly. So I'll move it forward a full small block. So 2 there. I'm not going to be able to figure out where it's clear though, because this stuff's in the way. So I'll cancel place that there and guesstimate. That might be perfect. Might need to go forward a little bit more. Let's see. Something my other plot struggled with too, that I'm hoping this one won't, is the stairs are visible from the front of the house. So hopefully people will see them and want to explore them instead of them being a weird, creepy side hallway. Or a back stairway, rather. Okay, that needs to come forward at least another half block, if not a full block. But I think the placement is right. Yeah. The horizontal placement looks good. You can see there that the stairs are slightly misaligned, but that's all right. The height's also a little off technically, but that's just from glitching it and using a present to position them. So forward a bit more. Good on the horizontal space. That's as far forward as I can put it without glitch placing, or collision placing. Was it enough? Technically, no. Let me see. I can easily enough place those back with collision placement. So I'm going to tear this down. Mark this with a plate just for good measure for where it needs to go. Okay, I'll just mark this axis then. Then right up against the wall. Collision. Let me see. It's letting me place free. Not there though. So we'll collision place again. And because that's under the stairs, it'll have to be collision placement. One last time. Cool. Then hopefully I should be able to... I'm gonna double check the space between the pillars over here. But it looks like it'll be perfectly framed on that central piece. So there's 4 small squares in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Perfect. Should be right there. This one let me free place. And then 2 more collisions. So there's that first one. And then theoretically, I think it was 2 full white blocks or big blocks away. Oh, it was more than. Interesting. So 2 and 4. Let's see if 2 and 4 works. So this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And okay, we are hitting collision. This looks like it's going to be a little shorter. The stairs are going to be shorter than we want to see. So we might have to push it back a little further, but that's not bad. That's pretty perfect for the height. But yeah, it needs to be pushed back like a full square and that's it. That's not bad at all. And this one we should be able to just cancel place away. Yep. That's that. Okay. So I'll do it again. And by then we'll probably have wood for a few more shelves so we can get working on that. I don't know why I brought the collision object there, but get these 4. And now grab this guy. What do you mean I can replace you? What? Would the other one have let me as well? Maybe. But that's in place now. Cool. That gives it a little bit more realism in terms of feel than the other way did. I wish it was more perfectly like this was up against the house. The way the other side is, but that's okay. All right. And then once we get the corner situated over here, we'll be about due for another set of supports. So we can put that in and then it'll be leaning on the house so we won't have to worry about that. All right, let me hop over to the other plot, grab some wood. Ideally not just my own, but you know. And then make some more shelves and get back to it. Got my plate, got my shelves. These will all also have to be recolored. I need to remember that. And I'm gonna need to go get more iron. I think I have some that I haven't smelted yet. So hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. Alright. Fill my focus and load back into the plot. Okay. So there will be a little bit of up and down now because I'll have to come down here to build the shelf combo, grab my plate, place the shelf, and then go back down. And I'll have to see as I go how trying to get it to turn works as far as how much height and space it takes. So let's try that here. This is straight on and centered, and we're gonna do one turn and make sure it stays centered. Turn our grid back on. Set up the next shelf. I can still center it here. One turn. This might be turning a little too quick, but I'm hoping I can place the turned shelves back so that I can add a couple shelves underneath them. But if I have to redo it, that's fine too. Okay. Start it centered. Yeah, and it is getting progressively more wonky as we go, but that's okay. Yeah, we're definitely turning too quick. So I can stick it there, I guess. And I'll just need to be able to come up here and put plate. Oh, which means I can't actually put it there. I need to put it over here. So that I can put a plate on it later and group select. Speaking of, give me the plate back. Oh, I saw it as I was falling. So a couple more normal ones first. Oops. Okay, now. And I kept one straight plate on here, or one straight shelf, so that I can just do that. So then we'll resume the turning. I think this will end up being pretty perfect, hopefully. So this is straight, approximately centered. Might need one more. Straight shelf in between. And we have 4 that are turning so far, so we need one more. I think we'll end up needing to wait for a few more wood again. Yeah, we're gonna need one more. Oh, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have just enough shelves. One other issue, though, is becoming apparent, and that's that we don't have the height we need. So regardless of whether we have enough shelves for just this, it's not quite going to work like this just yet. So, that's going to be an issue. What all was under here? I can honestly redo this structure partially so that it's stairs. Let me see once I get this properly centered, what it looks like to put stairs on it. That down there where I can reach it. It went into the wall a bit. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Okay. So, I think for what I'm picturing, I'm gonna need small crates like these. But I don't want to destroy that climbing aid that I have for other things. So let me grab these. I don't remember if I tried this before when we were building the roof. That looks good from down there. I like that staircase a lot. And just to preserve this, I'm going to cancel place it here. I don't want to lose it. I want to be able to reset this plot if I need to. If I don't like whatever I'm able to accomplish with this. I also haven't worked on this since they added the new contact points. And it's something. Jesus Christ. Can I? Yeah, that still doesn't work. I might have to get in there, down in the attic, and see what I can figure out. Or this might work. This placement right here. Let me throw this somewhere. And get that lined up again. Ooh. If that placement wasn't slightly off. I want it as close to on this wall as possible. There was one spot a second ago that was pretty nice too on the other side. There. There's a little emptiness underneath it, which isn't ideal, but I don't think it's going to be super noticeable. I don't like this occlusion, though, with the support beam. I am going to see if this connects to the wall and not to the box, though, because if that helps guide this placement without connecting to it, that would be nice. That's an option. Make sure I can still take that away. It's not wanting to connect directly to the new box. At least not on the same level. Oh. Okay, it's not a valid placement option. Let's try connecting on this side instead. I'm gonna try putting that away. That was also just cancel placed, so it's not gone forever. It'll be back as soon as I reload the plot. But I'm hoping that with it out of the way, this wall that I'm trying to connect to will behave better. And unfortunately, where I stuck the old pieces is a little in my way visually, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't think that was the one that stuck to. Interesting. So when it's coming out like that, for the most part, it's saying invalid placement. I don't have floors on me, but let me see if floors will do anything different. So now I can sort of put a floor down there. But not really in the place I would want to. Interesting. Let me get rid of this box. And put floor up there. It's sort of hovering, but it's an option. Excuse me. Okay. And a wall would look fine there. I need to see real quick what this does inside the attic itself. Because I know that's around where I have the shelves. And from there, the stairwell. Oops. Meant to turn off the placement mode, not start sprinting. Okay, I don't see it. So if that floor works, I think it works. And then honestly, I could do ramps up instead of more stairs. Or ramps underneath the stairs. Let me make sure I can connect it. Okay. It does get a little funky there. However, go somewhere I can grab you. The new snap locations are awful. I've officially decided I don't like them. Because everything wants to snap in dumb ways now. Okay. Grab that. Place it based on that. It's not perfect, but it's pretty solid. So, let me grab some walls and ramps. And then we might be solid. That might not be enough, but we'll see. Walls, ramps. Okay. And then grab this floor. stuck there. This is probably going to be the bigger issue. Because it does not want to go down that low. Can I use boxes? Still don't want to put anything on the bottom of anything, huh? Okay. So that, I don't think is going to work. The risk with this, too, would be the vertical wall colliding with the open stairwell there. So, it was a good idea. I think it's going to come back down to the boxes, the crates. Unfortunately. And the crates wouldn't be a problem at all if they were behaving better. That's promising. Okay, find that spot again. Okay. Oops. That's a nice floor. That's aligned pretty well. Doesn't look too strange. And I would just take this stack of pillars off. As long as this wasn't connected. No, it's not connected to anything. So then... excuse you. Why? Why is it doing this? Whatever the collision rules are on the roof, make things act so strangely. Because it refuses to let me snap now. Which orientation is that? Yeah, it's the same. It's not just some texture that's looking weird. Oh, okay. That's interesting. It's not actually fully aligned. And I can only get it to take by not looking straight at it. What? Okay. And now it'll snap just fine. Oops. And that's so much tighter of a snap than the other ones. Like the gap in between is, oh no, it's about the same. Okay. Interesting. And, oh, this is, yeah. Wait. They're all connected except this one. Because those snapped to the corner of the base. Oh dear. Oh, and they're connected to that instead of the wall. Oh, God. What is happening? Okay, let me see how this looks on the inside. Make sure there aren't any issues. If there are, I might have a better idea of how to work around them. Oops. Knowing how messed up the snapping is. Yeah, so you can see that bottom one. And it's not super obtrusive, but like you're gonna smack your head on it a little bit. Let's see if we can clean that up. Okay, so there's our collision one. Let's see if I can. There we go. What's up, Papa? What's going? Ow! What's going on? He just zapped the shit out of me. Hey. Are there dogs barking outside? Is that poodle running loose again? Does my concha smell good? Okay. So, we know that it's possible now to get these to line up right. That was with the help of one almost subterranean one. So I want to see again where we can get this to snap. And honestly, one of these spots isn't the worst option, because this won't show, I don't think, if this is where our hidden one is. The issue is just whether or not it'll give us the access that we need. And, you know, if I can get it to snap again. There. So I can technically reach it. Yep. But can another box? And the answer currently appears to be no. That's interesting. Is that connected to that? Okay. Can I connect to you? I can't quite tell what this is. It's a slightly further forward placement. Which, honestly, if it works... Let me come up here and try to do snap based on the edge. Okay. There's still the gap at the base. And I think it'll extend slightly past where I want it to. But we're starting to maybe get somewhere. Okay, that's the top of a wall. I see. That's something I could use as well. Potentially. I think that's what it has been trying to use. It'd be really nice if it wasn't trying to put the middle on the wall here, but gave me just the edge of it connecting. Because that's why I'm having issues getting it to stick far enough out. Because it just wants to do what these are doing, where it sticks it in the center. This looks promising. Ugh. Okay. I might have already had it there once. I have no idea at this point. But if I do this and get it to snap this way. That might be it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about the same as I had it before. Which is fine. I think that'll work. I would have liked it to be even with this. But, you know. I'll take what I can get. Actually, if that's the case, then my qualms over that not being far enough out are backwards. Need it to be further in. There's a spot that keeps coming up that's green too, which is interesting. I would take that one that's right below it, but forward, probably attached on the box's corner. That, but it's gonna be and the stairwell. And we confirmed that that's something we do not want. So, can't do that. Wonder if putting this here will help me control the snaps. A little bit. Makes that more difficult though. I just had the thought to continue this bottom one all the way over and then build from there to see if I can brace it against this wall. But I don't want to add all that extra bulk and item count if I can avoid it. Not that, 3 or 4 more blocks is gonna be the end of me, but it's already pretty bad. Okay. I think I'm gonna settle for the one that sticks out a little bit. Unless this wall decides to give me something nice. I can get one that sticks out even less. Okay, I'm curious. Okay, that's the one I was just on. I kind of figured I wouldn't do anything I hadn't already seen, but... Okay, I'll take that. Hopefully I can connect to it. Yeah. Okay. Keep forgetting to clear that. I almost want to make the stairs connect here. So that's the justification for these supports. And then these crates aren't really necessary at that point. All that effort, and that's what I might do, actually. I still need a lot more shelves. But this pacing might actually work out for them to connect here. And then that turn happens so quick that it should work to turn here. Hopefully. All right, so it's about time that I end stream anyways. So I think off stream, I'm going to work on finishing the staircase. If I do anything super off the wall, different from what I'm thinking, then I'll stop or record it or something so that y'all can see. But I think the new plan is to extend this out further so that it's centered on these supports that I've been trying to hide, and then have it turn and come up here. So, I'm not going to raid out tonight. It's the last day of drops, or one of the last days of drops, but I think everyone's still here as a lurker or my wife, who does not play Palia. So, let me get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Z and Paul and Solreka who came by and chatted. Thank you to all my lurkers. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time at the farm. Make sure you catch me on Wednesday, probably around 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll be starting a little bit early so that we can take our time with character creation in Skyrim. And then catch me Friday for the visual novel and Otama game Bonanza for Valentine's Day. More details in my pinned post on Blue Sky. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed your time at the farm.